man. Maaabot lahat ng iyong inaasam. Kasipagan ng sagot, talat ka man sa kayamanan. Buksan ng pahina ng mga aklat ng karunungan. Edukasyon ating kailangan, kamamangan ating iwanan.
Ating lilingkuhin, ating papawin,
ating tanawin,
bagong pag-asa ay muling tatanawin.
Kinabukasan pagbibayin, pilitin mong gawin.
Pusang pagsisikap,
Pag-asa ay yakapin.
Pamilyar ba ang mga linyang ito sa inyo? O minsan mo na rin bang nabitawan ang mga salitang ito? Worry no more! Dahil dito sa DepEd Masbate Province, we shield today for a better school of tomorrow.
Dahil sa layunin ng Civil Service Commission na mas paigtingin ang Personal Management Assessment and Assistance Program o PMAAP at CSC Agency Accreditation Program o CSC-AAP, inilunsad ang program to institutionalize meritocracy and excellence in human resource management o mas kilala bilang Prime HRM. Ito ay may layuning itaas ang human resource public sector sa antas ng kahusayan para sa mas mabuting pamamahala at mahusay na serbisyong publiko.
Ang programang Prime HRM ay nakaangkla sa EOP o Equal Opportunity Principles na meron ring 4 na core areas alinsunod sa patakaran ng Civil Service Commission. Ano-ano nga ba ang mga core areas na ito? Halina't unawain, kaya tara, usap tayo! Ang una sa 4 na core areas ay ang RSP o Recruitment, Selection, and Placement na tumutukoy sa proseso ng recruitment, selection, at placement ng mga empleyado ng isang pampublikong ahensya. Ang recruitment ay tumutukoy sa procedure of searching for, attracting, and obtaining applications for employment. The result is a pool of applicants from which possible appointees are selected. Ang selection naman ay ang pamamaraan kung saan applicants are screened, assessed, and evaluated vice versa the requirement of the position to be filled. Ang layunin nito ay para makapag-produce ng comparative assessment result of candidates best suited for appointment. Samantalang ang placement naman ay ang proseso ng pagtatalaga ng matagumpay na applicant to specific unit, location, or workplace. Ang RSP ay meron ding 4 na pillars. Ano ang mga pillars na ito? Una dito ay ang governance. It is the overall structure and processes for setting policies, establishing RSP system and budget, kung saan nangangasiwa sa pamamahala ng pagiging epektibo ng RSP sa function and alignment of the agency's vision and strategic direction. Pangalawa ay ang talent planning. This pertains to processes for assessing and defining agency's staffing demand as well as making provision for the movement of human resources into, within, and out of the organization. Pangatlo ay talent sourcing na nakabatay sa proseso at strategiya in identifying and attracting as many qualified candidates for existing and anticipated vacancies. At pang-apat ay talent selection and placement, kung saan ang selection and evaluation of more qualified candidates ay nakabase sa iba't ibang layunin ng CSC. Siyempre, under RSP, hindi mawawala ang background investigation at behavioral events interview. Ito ay para masiguradong tama, nararapat, at tunay na kwalipikado ang mga kandidato. At ika nga natin, EEOP, Equal Employment Opportunity Principle. Kaya huwag mabahala, huwag matakot dahil sa Prime HRM, kasama at kasangga namin kayo. Ito ay isang oportunidad upang matulungan ang bawat empleyado.
Ako po si Teacher Carla.
Ako naman po si Teacher Jeric.
Handang isip, handa bukas.
Kristanos! Ay mo ako! Kristanos!
titigil ninuman Maaabot lahat ng iyong inaasam Kasipagan ng sagot, salat ka man sa kayamanan Buksan ng pahina ng mga aklat ng karunungan Edukasyon ating kailangan, kamamangan ating iwanan Please!
Ating lilingkuhin ang himbawangin.
Ating tanawin
Bagong pag-asa ay muling tatanawin.
Kinabukasan pagbibayin Pilitin mo gawin
Pusang pagsisikap.
Pag-asa ay yakapin
Pamilyar ba ang mga linyang ito sa inyo? O minsan mo na rin bang nabitawan ang mga salitang ito? Worry no more! Dahil dito sa DepEd Masbate Province, we shield today for a better school of tomorrow.
Dahil sa layunin ng Civil Service Commission na mas paigtingin ang Personal Management Assessment and Assistance Program o PMAAP at CSE Agency Accreditation Program o CSE-AAP, inilunsad ang program to institutionalize meritocracy and excellence in human resource management o mas kilala bilang Prime HRM. Ito ay may layuning itaas ang human resource public sector sa antas ng kahusayan para sa mas mabuting pamamahala at mahusay na serbisyong publiko.
Ang programang Prime HRM ay nakaangkla sa EOP o Equal Opportunity Principles na meron ring 4 na core areas alinsunod sa patakaran ng Civil Service Commission. Ano-ano nga ba ang mga core areas na ito? Halina't unawain, kaya tara, usap tayo! Ang huli sa 4 na core areas ay ang Rewards and Recognition o R&R. Pagkatapos makapasok sa serbisyo ang empleyado, masukat ang kanyang kakayahan at kakulangan at masagot ang mga ito sa pamamagitan ng L&D, kinikilala ang kanyang mga pagpupunyagi kaya may R&R. Ang SDO Masbate ay bukas sa lahat ng empleyado pagdating sa pagbibigay ng rewards and recognition dahil sa Equal Opportunity Principle.
Under Rewards and Recognition ay ang Program on Awards and Incentives for Service Excellence o PRAISE.
Idinisenyo ito to encourage creativity, innovativeness, efficiency, integrity, and productivity in public service. Ito ay para makilala ang bawat empleyado o grupo ng empleyado dahil sa kanilang di mapaparisang kontribusyon at kamangha-manghang accomplishments and improvements in operation and delivery of basic education services na mahalaga sa pagsunod ng vision, mission, and values. Ano naman ang iba't ibang uri ng awards na maaaring ibigay sa bawat empleyado o grupo ng empleyado?
For national awards, nariyan ang Presidential Lingkod Bayan Award, Outstanding Public Official, Employee or Dangal ng Bayan Award, Civil Service Commission Pag-asa Award,
and other awards given by other government agencies, private institutions, and NGOs. Samantalang ang SDO Masbate naman ay nagbibigay rin ng Best Employee Award for Supervisor,
Outstanding Non-Teaching Employee Level 1 and 2, Most Outstanding School-Headed Teacher, and Best Functional Division and Best Functional Unit or Section.
Lahat ng ito ay nasa R&R policy na aprobado ng CSC. Nariyan rin ang iba't ibang incentives tulad ng Loyalty Incentive, Length of Service Incentive, Performance-Based Bonus, Productivity Incentive, World Teachers Day Incentive, Career and Self-Development Incentive at iba pa. Siyempre, mawawala ba ang special awards tulad ng
Client Satisfaction Award, Service Commitment Award, Loyalty Award, Employee of the Month with Exemplary Ethical Behavior, Service Recognition, Attendance and Punctuality Award.
kung meron sa empleyado, meron din para sa paaralan. Nariyan ang Seal of Exemplary Leadership and School Governance, Brigada Eskwela Best School Implementer, Gawad Tahong Tanom, School-Based Management Level of Practice at Brigada Basa Awards. Uulitin ko, ito ay bukas sa lahat ng empleyado dahil ang Prime HRM, tayo ay AOP. Equal Opportunity Principle at pasok ka kung deserve mo. Kaya huwag mabahala, huwag matakot dahil sa Prime HRM, kasama at kasangga namin kayo.
Ako po si Teacher Carla.
Ako naman po si Teacher Jeric.
Handang isip, handa bukas.
Pamilyar ba ang mga linyang ito sa inyo? O minsan mo na rin bang nabitawan ang mga salitang ito? Worry no more! Dahil dito sa DepEd Masbate Province, we shield today for a better school of tomorrow.
Dahil sa layunin ng Civil Service Commission na mas paigtingin ang Personal Management Assessment and Assistance Program o PMAAP at CSE Agency Accreditation Program o CSE-AAP, inilunsad ang program to institutionalize meritocracy and excellence in human resource management o mas kilala bilang Prime HRM. Ito ay may layuning itaas ang human resource public sector sa antas ng kahusayan para sa mas mabuting pamamahala at mahusay na serbisyong publiko.
Ang programang Prime HRM ay nakaangkla sa EOP o Equal Opportunity Principles na meron ring 4 na core areas alinsunod sa patakaran ng Civil Service Commission. Ano-ano nga ba ang mga core areas na ito? Halina't unawain, kaya tara, usap tayo! Ang una sa 4 na core areas ay ang RSP o Recruitment, Selection, and Placement na tumutukoy sa proseso ng recruitment, selection, at placement ng mga empleyado ng isang pampublikong ahensya. Ang recruitment ay tumutukoy sa procedure of searching for, attracting, and obtaining applications for employment. The result is a pool of applicants from which possible appointees are selected. Ang selection naman ay ang pamamaraan kung saan applicants are screened, assessed, and evaluated vice versa the requirement of the position to be filled. Ang layunin nito ay para makapag-produce ng comparative assessment result of candidates best suited for appointment. Samantalang ang placement naman ay ang proseso ng pagtatalaga ng matagumpay na applicant to specific unit, location, or workplace. Ang RSP ay meron ring 4 na pillars. Ano ang mga pillars na ito? Una dito ay ang governance. It is the overall structure and processes for setting policies, establishing RSP system and budget, kung saan nangangasiwa sa pamamahala ng pagiging epektibo ng RSP sa function and alignment of the agency's vision and strategic direction. Pangalawa ay ang talent planning. This pertains to processes for assessing and defining agency's staffing demand as well as making provision for the movement of human resources into, within, and out of the organization. Pangatlo ay talent sourcing na nakabatay sa proseso at strategiya in identifying and attracting as many qualified candidates for existing and anticipated vacancies. At pang-apat ay talent selection and placement, kung saan ang selection and evaluation of more qualified candidates ay nakabase sa iba't ibang layunin ng CSC. Siyempre, under RSP, hindi mawawala ang background investigation at behavioral events interview. Ito ay para masiguradong tama, nararapat, at tunay na kwalipikado ang mga kandidato. At ika nga natin, EEOP, Equal Employment Opportunity Principle. Kaya huwag mabahala, huwag matakot, dahil sa Prime HRM, kasama at kasangga namin kayo. Ito ay isang oportunidad upang matulungan ang bawat empleyado.
Ako po si Teacher Carla.
Ako naman po si Teacher Jeric.
Handang isip, handa bukas.
katulad na adikain. Isang araw din ay makakamtan. Sa isang pagsisikap lahat magaganap.
Walang ibang hinahangad, wala itong katulad sa isang takip siling may araw na sisikat din. Ating liliparin ang himpapawirin, ang bagong pag-asa'y muling tatanawin. Abot kamay lahat ito'y ating makakamtan. Puspos ang pagsisikap, magbuo isang pangarap.
bahagi sa pangarap na lubos, landas na iyong pagtutunguhan. Pagangat na inaasam, di mapipigil ni numan.
Maaabot lahat ng iyong inaasam. Kasipagan ng sagot, talak ka man sa kayamanan. Buksan ang pahina ng mga aklat ng karunungan. Lokasyon nating kailangan, kamangangan nating iwanan. Peace!
Ating liliparin ang himpapawirin. Ang bagong pag-asa ay muli tatanawin.
Kinabukasan pagtibayin.
Ay lahat ito'y ating
Piliin mong gawin.
Puspos ang pagsisikap.
Pag-asa ay yakapin. Edukasyon at kayamanan ng kahit inuman. Isang pangarap at tutuan o pagsisikapan ng lahat.
Puspos ang pagsisikap.
Kaya mo yan, kaibigan.
Isang pangarap.
Pamilyar ba ang mga linyang ito sa inyo? O minsan mo na rin bang nabitawan ang mga salitang ito? Worry no more! Dahil dito sa DepEd Masbate Province, we shield today for a better school of tomorrow.
Dahil sa layunin ng Civil Service Commission na mas paigtingin ang Personal Management Assessment and Assistance Program o PMAAP at CSE Agency Accreditation Program o CSE-AAP, inilunsad ang program to institutionalize meritocracy and excellence in human resource management o mas kilala bilang Prime HRM. Ito ay may layuning itaas ang human resource public sector sa antas ng kahusayan para sa mas mabuting pamamahala at mahusay na serbisyong publiko.
Ang programang Prime HRM ay nakaangkla sa EOP o Equal Opportunity Principles na meron ring 4 na core areas alinsunod sa patakaran ng Civil Service Commission. Ano-ano nga ba ang mga core areas na ito? Halina't unawain, kaya tara, usap tayo! Ang una sa 4 na core areas ay ang RSP o Recruitment, Selection, and Placement na tumutukoy sa proseso ng recruitment, selection, at placement ng mga empleyado ng isang pampublikong ahensya. Ang recruitment ay tumutukoy sa procedure of searching for, attracting, and obtaining applications for employment. The result is the pool of applicants from which possible appointees are selected. Ang selection naman ay ang pamamaraan kung saan applicants are screened, assessed, and evaluated vice versa the requirement of the position to be filled. Ang layunin nito ay para makapag-produce ng comparative assessment result of candidates best suited for appointment. Samantalang ang placement naman ay ang proseso ng pagtatalaga ng matagumpay na applicant to specific unit, location, or workplace. Ang RSP ay meron ding 4 na pillars. Ano ang mga pillars na ito? Una dito ay ang governance. It is the overall structure and processes for setting policies, establishing RSP system and budget, kung saan nangangasiwa sa pamamahala ng pagiging epektibo ng RSP sa function and alignment of the agency's vision and strategic direction. Pangalawa ay ang talent planning. This pertains to processes for assessing and defining agency's staffing demand as well as making provision for the movement of human resources into, within, and out of the organization. Pangatlo ay talent sourcing na nakabatay sa proseso at strategiya in identifying and attracting as many qualified candidates for existing and anticipated vacancies. At pang-apat ay talent selection and placement, kung saan ang selection and evaluation of more qualified candidates ay nakabase sa iba't ibang layunin ng CSC. Siyempre, under RSP, hindi mawawala ang background investigation at behavioral events interview. Ito ay para masiguradong tama, nararapat, at tunay na kwalipikado ang mga kandidato. At ika nga natin, EEOP, Equal Employment Opportunity Principle. Kaya huwag mabahala, huwag matakot, dahil sa Prime HRM, kasama at kasangga namin kayo. Ito ay isang oportunidad upang matulungan ang bawat empleyado.
Ako po si Teacher Carla.
Ako naman po si Teacher Jeric.
Handang isip, handa bukas.
Pamilyar ba ang mga linyang ito sa inyo? O minsan mo na rin bang nabitawan ang mga salitang ito? Worry no more! Dahil dito sa DepEd Masbate Province, we shield today for a better school of tomorrow.
Dahil sa layunin ng Civil Service Commission na mas paigtingin ang Personal Management Assessment and Assistance Program o PMAAP at CSE Agency Accreditation Program o CSE-AAP, inilunsad ang program to institutionalize meritocracy and excellence in human resource management o mas kilala bilang Prime HRM. Ito ay may layuning itaas ang human resource public sector sa antas ng kahusayan para sa mas mabuting pamamahala at mahusay na serbisyong publiko.
Ang programang Prime HRM ay nakaangkla sa EOP o Equal Opportunity Principles na meron ring 4 na core areas alinsunod sa patakaran ng Civil Service Commission. Ano-ano nga ba ang mga core areas na ito? Halina't unawain, kaya tara, usap tayo! Ang una sa 4 na core areas ay ang RSP o Recruitment, Selection, and Placement na tumutukoy sa proseso ng recruitment, selection, at placement ng mga empleyado ng isang pampublikong ahensya. Ang recruitment ay tumutukoy sa procedure of searching for, attracting, and obtaining applications for employment. The result is a pool of applicants from which possible appointees are selected. Ang selection naman ay ang pamamaraan kung saan applicants are screened, assessed, and evaluated vice versa the requirement of the position to be filled. Ang layunin nito ay para makapag-produce ng comparative assessment result of candidates best suited for appointment. Samantalang ang placement naman ay ang proseso ng pagtatalaga ng matagumpay na applicant to specific unit, location, or workplace. Ang RSP ay meron ding 4 na pillars. Ano ang mga pillars na ito? Una dito ay ang governance. It is the overall structure and processes for setting policies establishing RSP system and budget, kung saan nangangasiwa sa pamamahala ng pagiging epektibo ng RSP sa function and alignment of the agency's vision and strategic direction. Pangalawa ay ang talent planning. This pertains to processes for assessing and defining agency's staffing demand as well as making provision for the movement of human resources into, within, and out of the organization. Pangatlo ay talent sourcing na nakabatay sa proseso at strategiya in identifying and attracting as many qualified candidates for existing and anticipated vacancies. At pang-apat ay talent selection and placement, kung saan ang selection and evaluation of more qualified candidates ay nakabase sa iba't ibang layunin ng CSC. Siyempre, under RSP, hindi mawawala ang background investigation at behavioral events interview. Ito ay para masiguradong tama, nararapat, at tunay na kwalipikado ang mga kandidato. At ika nga natin, EEOP, Equal Employment Opportunity Principle. Kaya huwag mabahala, huwag matakot, dahil sa Prime HRM, kasama at kasangga namin kayo. Ito ay isang oportunidad upang matulungan ang bawat empleyado.
Ako po si Teacher Carla.
Ako naman po si Teacher Jeric.
Handang isip, handa bukas.
Ayan, good afternoon po sa inyong lahat. Good afternoon sa lahat po ng ating teacher applicants. Welcome to the virtual orientation sa ating mga teacher applicants or for Teacher 1 positions po. Ayan po, siguro naririto ngayon kayong araw because you're also interested to listen to the guidelines at iba pang mga bagay in terms of the hiring po ng ating Teacher 1 positions po. To begin this afternoon session, let's have a prayer and to be followed by the singing of the Philippine National Anthem and SDO hymn.
Bayang magiliw, perlas ng silanganan, alab ng puso, sa dibdib mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, duyan ka ng magiting, sa manlulupig, di ka pasisigil, sa dagat at bundok, sa simoy at sa langit mong bugaw, may nilagang tula at awit sa paglayang minamahal, ang kisap ng watawat mo'y tagumpay na nagniningning, ang bituin at araw na kailan pa may di magdidiling. Luma ng araw ng walhati pagsinta, buhay langit sa piling mo. Aming ligaya na pag may mag-aapi, ang namatay ng dahil sa'yo.
Ama naming sumasalangit, Panginoong maylalang sa langit at lupa, aming ipinagbubunyi ang iyong kadakilaan.
Kami ay nagpapasalamat sa panibagong araw na ipinagkaloob mo sa amin. Maraming salamat sa iyong walang humpay na pagmamahal.
Ikinalulugod namin ang iyong pag-akay sa amin bilang isang bansa sa krisis na aming nararanasan.
Kami ay lumalapit sa iyong kadakilaan. Itinataas namin sa iyong pangalan ang mga namumuno sa aming kagawaran.
Pagkaloob mo sa kanila ang katatagan para sa mga desisyong nakaatang sa kanilang mga balikat. Gabayan mo ang kanilang mga hakbang sa pagsulong ng edukasyon sa bansa.
Hinihiling namin na iyong ipadama ang pagdamay, pagkalinga at proteksyon sa aming mga guro, mag-aaral at mga magulang anuman ang kanilang pinagdadaanan.
Patnubayan mo ang lahat ng mga guro sa pagpapatuloy ng kanilang paglilingkod sa bayan at bigyan ng proteksyon sa lahat ng panahon upang ang kanilang mga tungkulin ay magampanan.
Ipinagkakatiwala naming sa iyong mga kamay ang walang hanggang paggabay sa aming pagtahak tungo sa maliwanag na bukas.
Naniniwala kami na aming malalampasan ang lahat ng pagsubok sa pamamagitan ng iyong kapangyarihan. Ito ang aming samo at dalangin sa pangalan ni Jesus na iyong pinakamamahal na anak at aming tagapagligtas. Amen.
Of a changing world, they're standing tall, adept at dealing with whatever life affords. With the skills, the wit, and wisdom all aglow, they'll find their dreams wherever they may go. Guided by the Almighty, they dwell in harmony with their coast, their land, and all its nature's grace. Hail to every but then you learn to stand. In power they will make our country stand. To make you feel there's so much fun and joy in learning. To keep them safe in every need and right protected. To nurture them and let their passions glow and burning. To light their path and lead them to a righteous life. This is the dream of the division of my Spotted, a lifelong quality education for her children, and in hand with the leaders, teachers, and the whole community, every noble dream of Masbateños will come true. This is the dream of the division of Masbate, a lifelong quality education for her children, hand in hand with the leaders, teachers, and the whole community. Every noble dream of Masbateños will come true. Come true.
Alright, so yon, good afternoon po ulit sa lahat po na nakikinig sa atin from Masbate, Ticao, and Burias. Good afternoon po sa inyong lahat. At tulad po ng sabi ko, kung naririto ka ngayon, dahil yan, interesado ka pong malaman ang ating pong mga guidelines or hiring guidelines for Teacher 1 position. And to begin this session, let me welcome our Assistant Schools Division Superintendent, Sir Fernando C. Micaraig, to discuss Division Memorandum 112, Series of 2022, or the hiring guidelines for Teacher 1 positions. Sir?
Maraming salamat, Sir Jeric. Dahil nandyan
Yo,
sila at interesado sila, tutulungan natin sila ngayon sa pamamagitan ng
yes.
pagpaliwanag kung ano ang nilalaman ng ating Division Memorandum 112 upang sa ganun ay maiwasan yung mga misinterpretation at maisubmit nila yung mga ah, tamang documents para po magkaroon sila ng points. Okay. So uh, to my fellow division office personnel, especially to the technical team, nandiyan po si Sir Jeric, we have Ma'am Divine, and we also have Sir Ronald, at syempre si Sir Jade. And to my fellow discussants, fellow members of the Division Screening Committee, we have Sir Noel, Ma'am Marma, we have Ma'am Glo, and we have Sir Rene. And on behalf of our Schools Division Superintendent, I would like to welcome you all to this orientation conference on the hiring guidelines for applicants ng ating division para po sa T1 or Teacher 1 position. So I will not stay too long in my discussion. So I just would like to pick up the salient parts of Division Memorandum 112. So kumusta po kayo dyan, ating mga viewers? Thank you so much for giving importance to this activity. You know, without you asking us, we purposely plan to have this orientation intended for you, for us to have a venue in order for some of in order for us to clarify certain portions of the division memorandum which may be not so clear yet to you. This is actually one way of serving you, extending our services to our clienteles like you. So sana po ay magawa natin ito palagi. Hindi yung basta na lang kayo masubmit ng mga documents based on your own interpretation and only to find out na yung interpretation pala ninyo ay iba doon sa interpretation ng nag-issue ng memorandum. Okay, so to avoid that, for us to have common understanding of the contents of the division memorandum, andito po kami, yung aming team, para po paglingkuran kayo. Okay? So yan po ang Division Memo 112. Ayun. Jade, pwedeng mapataas natin ito. Sino na dyan? Ano ang bataas? Sir Jeric, pwede na siguro nating itaas yung ayan. Present na natin, Sir Jeric, yung DepEd order. Ayan, thank you so much. Okay. So sana po nakikita yan ng ating mga viewers. Ano po? Hello. Sana po nakikita ninyo. Sige po, proceed na tayo. So tingnan po natin ng maigi. Ayun, pwede pong ibaba natin. Ayan, ayan po. Tingnan po natin ng maigi yung 4 na columns na nandyan po sa item number 3. So makikita nyo po may activity, may date, may responsible person or committee. Tapos meron din functions. Yeah. Thank you, Ma'am Bahin. Okay. So ito po yung mga part ninyo na gusto kong i-share po sa inyo. Ayan. Ayan. Sino nag-out? Okay, so let's proceed. So may I request Sir Jeric na itaas po natin yung slide. Let's go to the next page. Hello Sir Jeric, pwedeng itaas na natin. Doon tayo sa concerns ng ating mga viewers ngayon. Ano lang ito?
Sige lang.
Okay. Sige. So may I continue na discussion? Ano po? So as indicated in the division memorandum, the assessment that we will be conducting or the hiring is open for both public and private, both elementary and high school applicants. Pati na po yung kinder. Wala lang po dito yung senior high school because we will be issuing a separate memorandum for the senior high school. But for this purpose, we will be presenting to you some of the important points contained in the Division Memorandum 112. And this is for those who are intending to apply for the positions of kindergarten teacher, then grades 1 to 6 teachers, and grade 7 to 10 teachers. Okay. Now, very important, this is the deadline for the submission of the applicant, submission of the documents. So as reflected, submission of application letter. Thank you, Ma'am Bahay. Okay. Medyo delayed. So I'll repeat. The deadline for the submission of application letter and required documents as contained in paragraph 5.2 of DepEd Order number 3, 2015, and paragraph 4 of Division Memorandum 112 is not later than June 8. So today is May 27. So you still have more or less 11 days or 12 days to prepare your documents. And make sure that you'll be able to submit your application documents or application letter together with the required documents not later than June 8. So I hope that's clear. Now, where are you going to submit your application letter and required documents? So you will submit those documents to the school screening committee of the school nearest you or nearest your residence. So kung saan man po kayo nakatira, submit niyo po yung inyong mga application documents sa pinakamalapit na paaralan dyan sa inyong tinitirhan. Kung sa elementary, mag-a-apply, isubmit niyan po sa elementary school. Kung mag-a-apply kayo sa secondary, isubmit po yan sa secondary school. Okay. So malinaw po, ano? So yung po ang part po ninyo yung huwag kalilimutan na yun po ang gagawin. Ano po? So those who are applying for teaching positions in the elementary, submit your application documents to an elementary school. Doon naman po sa intending to apply in the secondary schools, submit nyo po yung inyong application documents in a secondary school. Okay. Okay. So thank you, Ma'am Pine. Then, part of the application process, syempre, yung assessment that you will undergo. Okay. So, ang assessment ninyo, ito na yung pag-evaluate ng inyong mga qualifications that will be done from June 15 to 24 or within June 15 to 24. And who will evaluate or who will assess you? So, ang mag-a-assess po sa inyo, yung mga deputized division screening committee. Okay. Then you might be asking questions tulad ng saan po kami i-evaluate? Okay. So you will be evaluated on a designated place. Yun po ay malalaman ninyo doon sa inyong deputized division screening committee. Okay. So sana po malinaw yun. Ano po? So, mahaba po yung inyong assessment. Ngayon, kung ano-ano yung mga gagawin ninyo during the assessment proper, i-discuss po yun in detail ng aking po mga kasama. And for sure, syempre, part ng documents na i-assess ay yung inyong mga transcript of records, titingnan po yun dahil kailangan po namin na mag-assign ng points based dun sa inyong tinatawag na general weighted average. Okay. So yung general weighted average po ninyo, yung po ay importante because that is our basis in assigning points under education. Okay. Then, magkakaroon po tayo na ma-prepare kami or after the assessment, we will notify you as to the results of your assessment. Papaalam po namin sa inyo kung ano yung result ng assessment ninyo. And we will also prepare the tentative RQA. Pag na-post po namin yung tentative RQA, so please be mindful of this. Ano po, pag na-post na namin yung tentative RQA, tingnan po ninyo at baka mayroong point na hindi na credit or kaya nakasobra yung point na naibigay sa inyo, di sa uli nyo sa amin. Okay. Hindi po, my point is this, magre-release kami ng tentative RQA para po makita ninyo. And you can comment, you can react on that. Then, yung mga reactions ninyo, open po kami dyan. So we'll receive your queries, mga tanong ninyo, based po doon sa tentative RQA. Then, yung queries po ninyo ay i-receive namin yon July 18 and 19. Then after that, hopefully settled na tayo lahat, then we will finalize the RQA. So that will happen by within July 20 to 22. Then after finalization, we'll submit the final RQA to our Schools Division Superintendent. Ito yung mga isasubmit po ninyo. Ayan. Letter A, Civil Service Form 212 o yung revised 2017 in 2 copies with the latest 2x2 ID picture. So yan po yung personal data sheet or CSC Form 212. Then certified photocopy of PRC, Professional Identification Card, or a PRC certification showing the teacher's name, letter rating, and other information recorded in the PRC office. Then certified photocopy of ratings obtained in the licensure examination for teachers or professional board examination for teachers or PBET. Then another certified copy of transcript of records, copies of service record, performance rating, and school clearance for those with teaching experience. Then certificates of specialized training, if any. Then certified copy of the voter's ID and or any proof of residency as deemed acceptable by the school screening committee. And NBI clearance, omnibus certification of authenticity and veracity of all documents submitted and signed by the applicant. Now, regarding these required documents, best if you can submit them all. But if you can't, we will still accept your application documents. And another thing, your documents need not be certified photocopy. You can submit your documents even if they are not certified photocopy. So I hope that's clear. Ano po? Pero kung makakapag-submit kayo ng certified photocopy, mas maganda. Okay? Now, doon sa letter B or letter C, baka sabihin ninyo, ito na lang, certified photocopy of PRC Professional Identification Card na lang ang isubmit ko. Huwag na yung let rating, huwag na yung photocopy of ratings obtained. Pwede rin yun, nasa sa inyo. Pero, ano ang pagbabasihan ng Deputized Division Selection Committee sa pagbigay nila ng point doon sa inyong let rating? Okay? So in other words, the let rating is very important because this is one of your sources of points. So if you fail to present your let rating, halimbawa, PRC license lang ang isinabmit ninyo, walang let rating, so paano kayo mabibigyan ng points dyan sa inyong eligibility? Okay? Doon sa mga transcript of records naman, okay, kung masasamahan ninyo yung transcript of records ng GWA, mas maganda. Mas mapapadali yung proseso. Saan kayo kukuha ng certification ng GWA ninyo? Ang iba niya nakalagay na mismo sa transcript, pero ang iba naman, separate document, yung certification ng general weighted average. Okay, so yun po ang mga importanteng documents na dapat masubmit. Another, number 5 or 5th paragraph of Division Memo 112. I am addressing this to the prospective applicants in the secondary of grades 10 or grades 7 to 10. Okay. Pakitingnan niyo po ng husto yung list of subject areas from letter A to letter C. Those who are intending to apply in the secondary school, please observe the instruction that you must specify in your application letter the specific subject area where you intend to apply. Lalong-lalo na po dito sa mga mathematics major or teachers, huwag niyo pong ilalagay na math lang or science lang or TLE lang. If you will notice, yung mathematics has 4 sub-areas or 4 areas. Math algebra, math trigo, geometry, statistics. Ganon din yung science. May general science, biology, chemistry, physics. Yung TLE meron ding 4. So in short, when you prepare your application letter, please specify the specific subject area where you intend to apply. So I hope that's clear. Okay. Hanggang SPED po yan sa baba. Nakikita niyo. Okay. Ngayon, why did I say that even if documents are not certified photocopy, may already do? Ito po kasi yun. Sa item number 6, kung babasahin ninyo, nakalagay dyan, Section 5.3 of DO number 7, series of 2015, reiterates that the applicant assumes full responsibility and accountability on the validity and authenticity of documents submitted as evidenced by the omnibus certification of authenticity. So, ibig sabihin, magsasubmit kayo nitong tinatawag na omnibus certification of authenticity. Kung gusto po ninyo magkaroon ng kopya niyan, feel free to contact us. Ano po? Especially the HR. Pwede po kami mag-provide sa inyo ng kopya ng certificate of authenticity. Ayan, letter I, ano po? Omnibus certification of authenticity and veracity of all documents submitted. Okay. Ibig sabihin yan, kapag nag-submit kayo niyan, pinaninindigan ninyo na yung inyong mga sinubmit based on your knowledge, yun ay tama, yun ay authentic, hindi yun mga peke. Ano po? Hindi fabricated. Kundi yun ay mga totoo. Okay? So, please submit the omnibus certification of authenticity and validity. Number 7, however, regardless of being incomplete or invalid, all application letters together with the submitted documents must still be forwarded to the division office. So ganun pa man, ano man status ng inyong mga documents, yung po ay isa-submit sa ating deputized or sa ating deputized selection or division screening committee. And for number 8, naka-highlight po yung napaka-importante dyan. Old and new applicants are required to undergo the whole process of evaluation and selection. Okay? So lahat po kayo ay dadaan po doon sa whole process. So that ends my presentation. If ever there are questions or portions that you wanted to be clarified, so please feel free to ask questions later po after everybody has presented his part. Okay, so at this juncture, I'd like to thank you for listening attentively And may I now turn over the floor to the next discussant, one of the best of SDO Masbate, Sir Rene Atibagos. Palakpakan po natin, Sir Rene. Sir Rene. Slide. PowerPoint.
Thank you, Sir Boy. Thank you very much po. Good afternoon, everyone. So, you are now guided with Division Memorandum Number 112, Series 2022. And this time, I'm tasked to discuss with you hiring guidelines for Teacher 1 positions, Debit Order Number 7, Series 2015. And I will be discussing with you one criterion on along education, and that is to be given 20%, 20 points, 20%, contest lang, 20 points for education. So yan, ito ang legal basis natin. Wala pang bago, so we still have to use the Debit Order Number 7, Series 2015. So in order for you to be guided on how are you going to prepare your documents, just refer to Debit Order Number 7, Series 2015. Hiring guidelines for Teacher 1 positions effective school year 2015-2016. Hindi pa ito na bago. All right. The evaluation and selection procedures and criteria, applicants shall be evaluated using the following criteria. Letter A, education 20%, teaching experience 15% talaga. Points, teaching experience 15 points, lead, PBET rating 15 points, specialized training and skills 10 points, interview 10 points, demonstration teaching 15, and communication skills 15% for a total of 100%. So this time, let's have education, 20 points. Education shall be rated in terms of the applicant's academic achievement. Thus, all subjects with corresponding units may be included in the computation, and the rating of education shall be based on the following equivalents, with 1 as the highest and 3 as the lowest. So as you can see in the presentation, dito yung percentage, dito muna tayo magsimula. Yung regular talaga na grading system natin is 1 up to 3 and 5. No, but in this case, we're only up to 3. And you will be given an equivalent points of 6.60. So pag flat 1 ka, 18 points ang ibibigay sa inyo. And later, I'm going to discuss with you bakit 18 lang. 20 points ang nakalagay sa education. So titingnan natin kung saan kukuha ng 2 remaining points to come up with 20 points in education. All right. Kapag naman ang gamit na grading system ay percentage rating, pag 99 to 100, yung GWA mo is flat 1. Pag 97.75 to 98.75, that is 1.1. But what rating could you give or ibigay sa inyo in between brackets? Like for example, sa 97.75 to 98.75, you will be given your GWA is 1.1. But pag simula halimbawa from 98.76 to 98.99, hindi pa rin kayo nakaabot sa 99 to 100, So ang ibibigay pa rin sa inyong rating is 1.1. Okay? Another example, 85.25 to 86.25. So di ka pa nakaabot sa 86.50. So ang ibibigay sa iyo is 2.1. Kapag ang percentage rating mo ay 86.45, kasi hindi naman nakalagay. So from 86.26 to 86.49, ang percentage rating mo pa din or ang GWA mo pa rin ay nasa 2.1. Okay, clear? Ito naman ang example kapag ang school ninyo ay nagbibigay ng percentage rating o yung may letter na A+, ito yung value niya. Okay? A+, B+, B, C+, C. Ayan, may mga corresponding ano yan, percentage rating. Kapag ang grading system naman ay yung A+ is equivalent to 1.0, ang equivalent sa percentage is 95 to 100. At saka yung 1.1 to 1.5, that is A+ and A negative, kapag ang inyong equivalent dyan ay 90 to 94%. Okay? And the rest will follow. Ito naman ang example kapag kayo ay nag-aral sa CIT or Cebu Institute and other universities na ang grading system ay unique. Unique in the sense that yung 5, siya yung mataas ang score. Yung 1, yung fail. But karamihan sa atin, lalo na kapag dito sa mga private colleges lang nag-aral, yung regular na grading system ang nakikita natin sa transcript, like 1 as the highest and 5 as the lowest kasi failed siya. Okay? So yun. Kanina, diniscuss na namin ito sa mga SSC at saka sa Deputized Division Screening Committee kung how are they going to compute this para hindi kayo madihado pagbigay ng equivalent points. Diba? Kasi 18 yun. Ibibigay kapag flat 1. What if 5? Pero yun ang pinakamataas. So yun, kailangan nilang tingnan yung equivalent rating niya. Okay? Now, ito yung sinasabi ko sa inyo. Bakit 20 points ang education? When in fact, ang flat 1, 18 lang ang pinakataas na ibibigay. No? Hindi 20. Kasi ang remaining 2 points ay intended sa master's degree. O habang nag-aantay sana kayo na makapasok kung nag-masters kayo, no? Degree ha, when we talk of degree, kailangan may special order siya. Hindi yung units lang na earn sa master's or sa doctorate degree. Kapag master's, ang ibibigay sa inyo ay 1 point. Kapag doctorate na kayo or doctorate degree na, 2 points na. So, ang ibibigay sa iyo na maximum points is 20. Excuse me po. Next. Dito na tayo sa issues and concerns along education. Different interpretations of the computation of GWA and the proper usage of transmutation. Na-address na yan kanina sa orientation with the SSC and DSC. Okay. Para sa kalaman ninyo, yung transcript of records ninyo, ang pag-compute niyan, ay specifically those subjects with credited units. Yung mga within close parentheses, nakikita niyo sa transcript ninyo, hindi yan kasali sa inyong computation ng GWA. Okay? In the case of unique grading system of the schools indicated in their certification, the Division Selection Committee will create a modified transmutation table. Okay? Hindi rin pwedeng i-round off ang inyong mga grading system. Halimbawa, ang average ninyo ng college kayo is 1.40 o kaya 1.25. Hindi yan pwede i-round off sa 1 o round off sa whatever. Kung 1.57, i-round off sa 2. Hindi. Kung ano yung nalagay doon sa GWA ninyo, yun lang talaga ang bibigyan ng equivalent points. And take note, sa mga schools na nagbibigay ng certification ng general weighted average like Bicol University, nagbibigay na kagad sila attached to the transcript of records yung GWA certification. So ibig sabihin, sana itong mga applicants natin, kayong mga applicants natin, bago kayo mag-submit, kung maaari sana maghingi kayo ng certification of your general weighted average from your school doon sa inyong registrar's office para hindi na i-compute ang inyong TOR. Pero yung mga hindi talaga makayanan na makahingi due to time constraint, i-compute siya ng ating DDSC. Okay, kasi ang School Screening Committee, sila lang yung mag-a-accept ng mga documents at maglilista ng inyong mga pangalan na isasabit sa DDSC. Okay? Deputized Division Screening Committee. Sila yung magko-compute kapag wala kayong GWA certification from the school. Pero kung kaya nyo lang kumuha na kayo para hindi na mahirapan ang ating DDSC sa pag-compute kasi ito ang nakakapagpatagal ng posting ng result ng ating RQA or Registry of Qualified Applicants. Okay. And for that, I'm done. Kung may mga katanungan kayo, later, i-chat lang mag-chat lang at kukunin niya ni Sir Jeric at ibibigay sa amin at sasagutin niya later after lahat kami makapag-discuss. Okay, thank you very much and have a nice day.
All right, so thank you very much po, Sir Rene, for that very comprehensive discussion. This time po, we'll have the discussion under Ma'am Gloria Fontelar to discuss the interview and teaching experience. Ma'am Glo? While waiting for Ma'am Glo, sa lahat po ng nakikinig sa atin online, i-reserve po natin yung lahat ng ating katanungan because a little later we'll be having an open forum or question and answer portion kung saan sasagutan po lahat ng inyong mga katanungan. So kung meron po tayong questions, ilagay lang po sa papel or you can comment po sa ating comment box sa my Facebook at babasahin po yan natin. Ready na po ba si Ma'am Glo? Ayan, so yun na, while waiting for the presentation po ni Ma'am Glo and while waiting for Ma'am Glo, magbasa po muna tayo ng ating mga comments. Ayan, meron po dito, when po ang schedule ng EPT? So at the moment, para po sa school year 2021 to 2022, So for 2022 to 2023, wala pa po tayong schedule. Pero remember po, ang rules po diba natin sa EPT, 1 year validity po yun. So kapag nakapag-take ka na po ng EPT last school year, 2021 to 2022, valid pa rin po yun, na pwede pa rin po yung gamitin since 1 year naman po ang expiration po noon. Alright? So shout out rin po sa lahat po ng mga nakikinig sa atin sa saan to? Dimasalang National High School. Magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. Ganun rin po sa Kagbatang Katayngan Masbate. Shout out po sa inyong lahat.
2 years ang validity.
2 years pala ang validity natin ng EPT. Correction po, 2 years po ang validity ng ating EPT, hindi po 1 year. Alright? So, yun, I think ready na po ang ating next speaker. Let's welcome the Education Program Supervisor for Values Education, Ma'am Gloria Fontilar, to discuss teaching experience and interview. Ma'am, take pa si Ma'am.
One, two, three. Okay, take 2 daw po kasi wala kanina naka-mute ang microphone. So, let's move on to teaching experience, which is given 15 points. This should have been gained from schools and institutions that are government accredited or recognized. So teaching experience, even prior to passing the LEP po, we are crediting this. In early childhood, kindergarten or preschool, elementary, secondary, tertiary, higher education, SPED or special education, alternative learning system or ALS, technical vocational education and training, TVET, and then learning institutions for IPs. So, dapat po dyan nagturo ang ating mga applicants. And dapat government accredited or recognized. Okay, to continue, pasensya na kayo at ang dami nating technical glitch. Yan ang problema pag online tayo. So, how many points is given for every month? 1.50 points for every school year, but shall not exceed 12 points. 0.15 point for every month of service. So please remember po, dear applicants, ang highest points na maibibigay sa inyo ay 12 points lamang. That is for kahit maraming taon na po kayong yung teaching experience nyo ay maraming taon na, ang highest points po dyan ay 12 points lamang. So 0.15 point for every month of service. So for example, naka 8 months kayo, that is 1.20 points. Pero sa akin nagmo-move naman. So, babalikan po natin ang example ng computation, dear applicants. And syempre, kahit hindi yung mga applicants, marami po ang nanonood sa atin. 8 months, 1.20 points, 10 months, 1.50 points. Kasi for every month is 0.15. Now, may mga pagkakataon po, halimbawa na kayo ay nagturo sa isang private institution, kahit summer po ay nagtuturo kayo. So may 2 months doon. Bibigyan pa rin po kayo ng another 0.15 for every month. May karagdagan po kayo doon sa 1.50 for 10 months. Provided meron po kayong certification na makapagpapatunay na kayo po ay talagang nagturo kahit bakasyon. Alright. Moving on, teaching experience of kindergarten volunteer teachers or KVT and LGU-funded teachers shall merit additional points on top of the score they obtain from the point system. So less than 2 years experience plus 1 point po kung ikaw ay KVT and LGU-funded teachers. 2 to less than 5 years experience plus 2 points po. And then 5 or more years experience plus 3 points po. That is why 12 points lang po ang maibibigay sa isang applicant na highest points sa teaching experience kahit maraming taon na po siyang nagturo kasi nga magkakaroon lang ng 15 points dahil dito sa mga additional points kung dati pong nagturo na kung kindergarten volunteer teachers po, KVT and then LGU funded. So, ano po ang maraming issues and concerns po tayong kinakaharap sa teaching experience, like teaching experience from private schools will be considered only if the school has a government permit to operate. So halimbawa, nagturo ka po sa private school, ikikredit lang po yan ng DDSC kung ang school na yan ay may permit to operate. Iba-validate po yan na magre-rate ng mga papers ninyo. So siguraduhin nyo po na may permit yan. Kung wala, yung teaching experience nyo po ay walang point po yan. Wala yung puntos. Now, for daycare workers, the signature of the MSWDO will be the indicator regardless if the certification was issued by the barangay. So, may mga daycare workers po tayo na nakapasa and then nag-a-apply na ngayon and then using the teaching experience in daycare centers para magpa-rate dito sa area na to. We will not just rate you but provided i-rate po kayo ng DDSC kung meron po kayong certification na permado ng MSWDO. Pero kung barangay captain lang po, hindi po siya i-credit. Klaro po ha? Kung ikaw po ay naging daycare worker, naging daycare teacher, dapat po ang teaching experience certificate mo ay merong signature ng MSWDO. Otherwise, hindi po siya i-credit kung ang nakasign dyan po ay ang barangay captain lamang. Okay. All contracts and certification of service rendered of ALS practitioners should be signed by the SDS, not by PSDS, in order to be credited, and they should have LIS accounts. We also have ALS volunteers, yung mga matagal na hanggang ngayon ay, hindi pa na-i-employ, tapos nakapasa. gagamitin yung teaching experience nila sa ALS, may condition po tayo. Dapat po ang kanilang certification ay signed by the SDS and they should have LIS accounts. For LGU-funded teachers, their contract should be signed by the SDS, but it should be made sure that the job is teaching and not clerical in nature. In other words, may mga na-hire po tayo dati na LGU funded, pero hindi po sila teachers. Nasa office lang po sila. Hindi sila nagtuturo. Ngayon nakapasa, nag-apply, ginagamit nila, nagpapacertify po sila na sila ay LGU funded na teachers. Pero yun pala po ay clerical in nature ang kanilang trabaho sa isang school. So hindi po siya pwede. Ang contract, unless ang contract ay signed by the SDS na talagang nagturo po siya. Kasi kung magtuturo, syempre merong document na magpapatunay na signed by SDS. Ito pa po ang isang issue. May mga applicants na nagpe-present ng teaching experience sa Sunday school. Hindi po natin i-credit ang teaching experience sa Sunday school. I repeat, hindi po natin i-credit ang teaching experience sa Sunday school. Halimbawa, catechist or yung sa mga school sa church. Hindi po siya credited. Regarding Brigada Pagbasa volunteers, meron po tayo, di ba, ng Brigada Pagbasa volunteers last year. Nasa Division Memorandum number 113 na po, series of 2022, ang listahan po ng mga Brigada Pagbasa volunteers natin. Ano po ang laman ng DM number 113 of series of 2022? Ang pamagat nito pala po ay Certificate of Relevant Teaching Experience of 2021 Brigada Pagbasa Volunteer Tutors. Dito po, na-enumerate na ang list of volunteer tutors, the number of days rendered, and the corresponding points. So, in other words, pag ikaw po ay applicant na nag-volunteer sa Brigada Pagbasa, ang pangalan mo ay nasa Division Memorandum 113 Series of 2022. Maaari mo na pong i-download ang memorandum na ito sa website ng SDO Masbate Province and you can use this memorandum para sa iyong teaching experience. Okay. Pero hindi po ito additional points ha. Doon din po ito magpo-fall sa 12 points. Okay. Iklaro natin ha, hindi po ito plus points na kung ikaw ay Brigada Pagbasa volunteers, may plus 1 ka, plus 2 or plus 3. Hindi po. Ang points mo ay doon pa rin sa 12 points na maximum kabilang. Doon sa sa 12 points. Okay, so yun lang po. We now move on to let at pivot points and then specialized training. At si Sir Noel Aban po ang magde-discuss po nito sa inyo. Maraming salamat po.
All right, so thank you very much po, Ma'am Glo, for that discussion po. Yun po, napakinggan po natin si Ma'am Glo under teaching experiences and also during interviews po. Right? So, ayun, sa lahat po ulit ng ating mga viewers po or listeners, kung nasaan man po kayo, you can actually note down ng mga important details po na didiscuss po ng ating mga speakers and also your questions, because a little later we'll be having the question and answer portion or the open forum. Masasagutan po natin yan. Lalong-lalo na po sa lahat po ng ating mga teacher 1 applicants po, interested applicants po. No? So our next speaker will be discussing the LET and PBET ratings, and also specialized trainings and skills, right? So let's welcome the Education Program Supervisor for Araling Panlipunan, Sir Noel Abal. Sir?
Good afternoon, everyone. Magandang hapon po sa ating mga kasali sa orientation na ito. Nasisiyahan po kami at mahigit 700 ang sumali sa ating orientation. Ang bibigyan po natin ng pansin ay ang 15 puntos na kukunin natin sa inyong licensure examination for teachers at yung PBET ratings. Magkaiba ito kasi yung PBET rating ay mga applicants ito na medyo matanda na at ngayon ay nag-a-apply pa rin na makapagturo. Kaiba ito sa LET rating na para naman sa mga medyo bata pa. Sabi dito, equivalent points of applicants rating and the LET PBET shall be as follows. For LET rating, kapag ka ang nakuha mong rating sa exam ay 75 to 77, you will have 11 points. While on kumuha ng PBET, ang 70 to 72 ay 11 points. At sa pinakamataas na points o puntos, ang 87 and above ay 15 puntos for LET at ang PBET rating ay 82 and above. Kasi noon nung kumuha kami ng PBET rating, ang passing score ay 70. So the transmutation tables for LET rating and for PBET rating are different. So the division deputized selection team will always refer to the transmutation table and computing your points for either LET or PBET ratings. At kayo naman ng mga applicants ay kailangan na meron kayong kopya na ilalagay sa inyong mga dokumento galing sa PRC na nagpapatunay na kayo ay kumuha ng exam at yun ang inyong particular na rating. At meron pa dito ng dapat nating tandaan, alam na ito ng Deputized Selection Committee na no rounding off of numbers. Halimbawa, 72.60. Hindi ito pwedeng gawing 73 na makakukuha ang applicant ng 12. Doon pa rin siya sa 11. Okay, yun ay patungkol sa LET PBET rating na may 15 points. Let's move on to the specialized training in skills na bibigyan kayo ng 10 puntos. Dalawa itong kategorya. Una, kung wala kayo ng training sa TESDA at wala kayo ng NC2 certificate, ay pwede kayo makakuha ng 10 points kung kayo ay makakapagpakita or you will present a certificate of at least 10 days training. It can be an aggregate of 10 days provided same training in nature. Halimbawa, ang training nyo ay on computer, is all about computer, dapat ito ay matapos nyo ng 10 araw. Bibigyan kayo nito ng 5 puntos. Yung skill nyo na andon sa certificates na present nyo sa school selection committee, tapos ipapakita ninyo ang inyong nakuhang kaalaman sa training. And you will be given another 5 points. Pero meron tayo dito ng mga issues and concerns na if you have no certificate presented, you cannot have your demonstration of skills. Meron kaming mga karanasan sa mga nag-a-apply na kumukuha sila ng certificate sa mga halimbawa sa computer training at ini-issuehan naman sila. Pero minsan, nalalaman natin na ang isang computer shop ay hindi naman isang training institution na hindi nakalagay sa kanyang mayor's permit that this shop or yes, the computer shop can issue a certificate at hindi naman siya nagbibigay ng training on skills base sa mayor's permit. Kaya see to it mga dear applicants, kung kayo ay mag-present ng certificate, see to it na nakuha niyo ito sa 10 araw at ito ay may legalidad o may basihan na ang computer shop na yon ay may mayor's permit at naka-indicate doon that they can offer training sa mga gustong kumuha nito. Isa pang basihan natin, kung halimbawa kayo ay meron na ng NC2 certificates, hindi na kayo magbibigay siyempre ng certificates of training. Dito na kaagad diretso. At NC2O certificates shall be given 10 points, but this is subject to validation. Gusto rin namin sa inyong ipaalam na ang ating NC2 certificates coming from TESDA ay meron ng duration kung kailan ito valid. Pero wag po kayong mamomroblema kasi i-consider namin basta't makita namin ang tamang NC2 certificates na in-issue ng TESDA. Kasi ang Division Deputized Selection Committee titingnan ng inyong NC2 certificate, ibabalidate ito. And for applicants ng NC2 ninyo ay kinuha ninyo sa labas ng probinsya, madali naman itong i-check ng Division Deputized Selection Committee because they will be checking it from the database. That's all po siguro para sa Let Pivot Rating which na meron ng 15 points and on specialized training and skills na magkakaroon ng 10 points. Maraming salamat po.
Alright, so thank you very much po Sir Noel Aban. So si Sir Noel po ay diniscuss niya po ang ating guidelines for the LET and PIVET rating and also for specialized trainings and skills po. This time po, let's again welcome the Education Program Supervisor for Values Education, Ma'am Gloria Fontelar, to discuss po guidelines for the interview. Ma'am? Ayan na si Ma'am Glo. Napaka-fresh, di ba, Glo? Ngayong hapon.
Fresh pa talaga ha. Sir Jeric, maraming salamat po. Thank you, Sir Noel. We will now have the interview. Ang interview po ay 10 points. Alam ko, paborito ito ng ilan sa inyo, dear applicants, kasi dito kayo bumabawi sa interview. So, how do we do this? Interview is given 10 points. So, kayo po, you will be interviewed on topics such as professional experiences. Yan, mga experience nyo professionally hindi personal na experiences. Instructional skills, technology or computer skills, classroom discipline, classroom management, knowledge of content, materials, planning skills, relationships with administration, staff, parents, and students, and personal qualities. Baka sabihin niyo, ma'am, paano na lang kami na walang experience sa pagtuturo? Paano naman kami? Oh well, bahala na po ang mag-i-interview niyan sa inyo kung paano nila gagawin para kayo po ay ma-rate dito po sa following competencies and standards: teaching ability, classroom management, and school fit. So when we say teaching ability, demonstrates an appropriate knowledge of content and pedagogy. So yan, teaching ability yan. Dapat as a teacher, alam mo kung paano gumawa ng lesson plan, alam mo ang content, lalo na kung secondary ka, pag specialized mo ang learning area, may specialization ka dyan, alam na alam mo yan, tatanungin ka dyan. And then classroom management demonstrates ability to deal effectively with negative student behavior. Ayan, pag teacher na, nako. So dapat you know how to handle a student's misbehavior. At baka pag teacher ka na, hindi mo alam yan, nako, baka ikaw ay ma-child abuse. And then school fit demonstrates skills and needs for development that can be a good fit with the school. So sa tatlong competencies na yan, titingnan po ang ability ninyo sa tatlong competencies na yan ng mga mag-i-interview sa inyo. Sino ang mag-i-interview? Our dear applicants, syempre ang DDSC. Ano ang DDSC? Deputized Division Selection Committee. So, paano naman po kayo i-rate sa interview? Ayan po. Ang rating po ninyo ay 5, 3, and 1. Wala po dyan na 4, walang 2. So, i-rate kayo either 5, 3, 1. So, how will you get rather a rating of 5? So, 5, applicant's response contained many, if not all, of the target behaviors. Her responses indicate well-developed skills and aptitude for that competency, which would most likely lead to job success. The person's responses are of superior quality for this job. And then fully acceptable, that is 3 points. Applicant's response covered only some of the target behaviors, but not quite at the level that would be ideal for that competency. Still, the quality of the person's answers leads you to believe that he or she would be successful with some additional exposure and or training. So not fully acceptable, that's 1 point. Applicant's response contained very few of the target behaviors. Either the behaviors he or she discussed were not at or even close to the level indicated in the target behaviors, or the person did not give you enough information for you to have confidence that she has that competency at the level needed for success. Now, ano itong mga competencies na sinasabi? Tingnan nyo na lang po kasi in details, diniscuss po ito sa DepEd Order number 7, series of 2015. As applicants, we suggest that you should have that DepEd order para makita mo talaga, mabasa mo talaga kung ano at paano ang pag-grade sa'yo bilang applicant. Ma-master mo yan. So, the number of points attained for each of the 3 listed competencies, teaching ability, classroom management, school fit, shall be added and then divided by 15. The quotient shall then be multiplied by 0.10 or 10%. The product shall then be multiplied by 100. Example, sum of points attained for the 3 competencies, 9. Kasi tatlo, di ba? So 3, 3, 3 ka lang. So 9. 9 over 15 times 0.10 times 100 equals 6. So your score for the interview is 6. Ngayon, dear applicants, ang mag-i-interview sa inyo ay hindi lang isang tao, panel siya. Huwag kayong matatakot ha, relax lang. Panel siya, So salitan po sila sa pag-i-interview sa inyo. May pagkakataon, actually kanina during the meeting sa SSC at DDSC, sinuggest po namin na dapat, kasi nga wala pa kayong mga experience, mas maganda kung unahin na muna ang demonstration teaching ninyo na mamaya ay i-discuss ni Ma'am Marma ninyo. Unahin na muna kasi from the demonstration teaching, doon pwedeng humugot ng interview questions tungkol sa teaching ability. Siyempre kasi nagturo ka eh. Sa classroom management, although walang eskwela, may mga hypothetical questions na pwedeng itanong sa inyo kung wala ka pang teaching experience. And then school fit. Ang school fit naman kasi sa mga relationships, etc. dun sa kanina na banggit ko sa inyo. But nevertheless, ang DSC or Division Selection Committee will provide the DDSC, meron na pong ready-made questions kami na pwede nilang gamitin. So, wag pong matakot during the interview, just relax and then give your best para magkaroon naman kayo ng magandang rating during the interview. Okay, yun lang po. Ang susunod pong magdi-discuss ay si Miss Marma Capellan at pag-uusapan po natin ang tungkol sa demonstration teaching.
Alright, so thank you very much po, Ma'am Glo, and that is under interview po. So this time around, to give the last but definitely not the least criteria for the selection for Teacher 1 position, let's welcome the Education Program Supervisor for MAPH, Ma'am Marma Capellan, to discuss the demonstration teaching. Madam?
Yes, Sir Jeric, thank you very much. Good afternoon, everyone. Medyo malamig po, umuulan dito sa amin. Siguro umuulan din sa inyo. Okay, parting uson po umuulan daw. So anyways, let's enjoy the coldness of the weather. So let's continue with the discussion of the hiring guidelines, and this time we shall talk about demonstration teaching. So demonstration teaching is given 15 points. And how will you be given such ratings for the demonstration teaching? So there are six indicators or components that we need to understand. And these are lesson planning and preparation, classroom management, teaching learning process, language proficiency, assessment of learning outcomes, and reinforcement of learning. So your performance during the demonstration teaching will be evaluated during the 6 components that I have mentioned. So these 6 components will then be distributed into several indicators, or will be divided into several components or subcomponents. And each indicator for each component will be rated using this rubric. So if the assessment or the evaluation of the one observing you during your demonstration teaching, nakikita po niya na you deserve 4 points, meaning you are actually performing or you are showing yung level ng transforming. So, pag nakita nila na you are developing in a particular indicator under each component, then you will be rated 3 points. So, for 2 points, ibig sabihin, emerging po ang classification mo or evaluation sa'yo on that particular indicator. So, 2 points po yon. And the lowest point that will be given to you under demonstration teaching is 1 point, meaning you are a beginner in such indicator. Okay, so the highest point for demonstration teaching for each indicator under each component is 4 points, and the lowest is 1. So what else shall we understand about demonstration teaching? Ito po. So actually, the one being shown to you this time is a sample computation of how you will be rated under demonstration teaching. So there are actually 15. There are 15 indicators or 15 components in all. Di ba, 6? Yung 6, dinistribute pa siya into several subcomponents or indicators. At lahat po ng components or indicators is equal to 15. So sa bawat indicator or subcomponent, ang highest na ibibigay is 4. So example, ang total points mo for the 15 components or indicators is 45, then to get your final rating or score for demonstration teaching, yung 45 po, i-divide siya sa 60 since the total number of points for the 15 components or indicators is 60. And then the quotient will be multiplied by 1500s or kukunin ang 15% of your score and then it will be multiplied by 100. So that will give you 11 and 2500. So meaning that will now be your score for demonstration teaching. So andali, di ba? So 11 and 25, ito yung sample natin na score for demonstration teaching. Okay. So, may provision din po sa ating DepEd Order number 7 series of 2015 which says na ang aplikante po na magde-demonstrate using mother tongue sa kinder, grade 1, grade 2, or grade 3 lesson ay bibigyan ng additional na 5 points. So the additional 5 points is on top of the score that you have obtained. Pero, halimbawa, may 15 points ka na, perfect score. Based on the components, yung 15, di ba, na sinabi ko kanina, 15 points ka na doon, hindi ka na po bibigyan ng additional point. Even if yung demonstration lesson mo, during your demonstration teaching rather, gumamit ka ng mother tongue. By the way, yung mother tongue is dependent on the locality where you are applying. So halimbawa, you are from Placer. So dapat, pag magde-demonstrate ka ng lesson sa kinder, grade 1, 2, or 3, dapat ang gagamitin mong language is Cebuano. Kasi yun ang inyong mother tongue sa Placer. Kung dun ka mag-a-apply. Okay po? So, halimbawa, sa 15 indicators or components, ang total score mo lang yun. Gamitin natin yung halimbawa kanina, 11 and 2500s. Gumamit ka ng mother tongue kasi ang dinemonstrate mo na lesson is kindergarten. So, ang highest point that can be given to you is only 15 points. Wala nang dagdag. Ano? 11 and 25 actually, 11 and 2500s plus 5 would give you 16 and 2500s. Pero hindi po tayo pwedeng mag-exceed sa 15 points. Okay po? So yung meron tayo kasing mga applicant na ang specialization ay kindergarten. So you are expected to demonstrate yung kindergarten. So yung mga elementary applicants po natin, you have the option. You can have actually your demonstration teaching sa grade 1, sa grade 2, sa grade 3, 4, 5, or 6. Kahit anong learning area po. So by the way, paano ba? Paano gagawin yung lesson planning, planning preparation during the demonstration teaching? So ito po, magbibigay po ang divisions screening committee sa deputized division screening committee during the day po kasi may monitors po na mag-iikot. Ibibigay po yung sealed envelope with the competencies. Parang ano lang yun, election, di ba? Naka-selyo, may ano pa yon, may countersign across doon sa selyo ng envelope. So doon po nakalagay ang mga competencies sa iba't ibang learning areas, sa iba't ibang grade levels, both for elementary and secondary. Ibibigay po yan sa deputized or division deputized selection or screening committee. So, bago kayo mag-demonstrate ng lesson, gagawa kayo ng lesson plan. So, ang gagawin po ay, kunyari kindergarten kayo, bubunot kayo ng competency nyo sa bowl or box ng mga competencies for kindergarten. So that, sa bawat area po, kung saan gaganapin ang demonstration teaching at interview, meron po silang ire-ready na box ng competencies, strips. Nandun po lahat na yung mga competencies. Pipili lang kayo ng isa. One box or bowl for kindergarten, one for grades 1 to 3, all subjects na po yan, halo-halo na. One for grades 4 to 6, all subjects din po. And then one for SPED, kasi syempre meron din tayong mga applicants na nag-specialize ng special education. And of course, different bowls din para sa secondary, sa bawat learning area. Kasi po ang secondary, nakabase po sa major nila yung kanilang pipiliin na competency na i-demonstrate o gagawa ng lesson plan for demonstration. So yun. So, hindi po pwede ang ready-made. So, we have already instructed, kanina po na pag-usapan during the orientation with the division deputized screening committee na they really have to watch over you. Diba? Parang kanta lang. Opo. So yun, talagang babantayan to check na talagang gagawin nyo yung lesson plan on the day. O hindi yung ready-made na dala-dala na at kunyari susulatin or kunyari i-encode kasi yung iba may dalang laptop. So, i-allow ba natin? So, we will throw that question sa ating chair later po kung i-allow ang computerized or handwritten lang ba dapat ang lesson plan. So, that we will know, the answer to that question ay aalamin natin later kay Sir Makaraig. So, yon. And, sa paggawa po ng lesson plan, you are given an hour. So, sabay-sabay po yan. So, during the day, meron kayong orientation actually from the Division Deputized Screening Committee. So, meron silang konting sasabihin sa inyo prior to the preparation of the lesson plan. So, you will do it simultaneously. Okay? And the demonstration of the lesson is allotted a maximum of 30 minutes only. So, you could not go beyond 30 minutes. May magtatanong sa inyo, ma'am, pwede bang 20 minutes lang? Mas pwede po yun. Maximum of 30 minutes or less than 30 minutes for the demonstration teaching. So it was mentioned earlier by Ma'am Glo. Ito kasi may note dito na the demonstration teaching must be done before the interview and the reasons were already mentioned by Ma'am Glo. So di ba mas maganda din naman. Ano yung nakita doon sa demonstration teaching mo na pwedeng paghugutan ng mga itatanong sa iyo on the 3 criteria. Ano nga yun? School fit, teaching ability, at ano yung pangatlo? Classroom management. Okay? Sige. So, yun so far ang ating by the way, may concern kanina during the orientation. Kung si secondary teacher applicant would like to apply sa elementary, pwede po ba yun? So, the answer to that is yes, pwede. However, kasi ang tanong, paano yung kanyang documents? Kailangan ba niya mag-submit sa secondary at saka sa elementary screening committee? Ang sagot din po sa tanong na yan is yes. Since we have 2 separate deputized screening committee for elementary and secondary, then Those who opted to apply both in the secondary and elementary, magsasubmit po kayo ng tig-dalawang documents, sets of documents sa dalawang Division Deputized Screening Committee. So isa sa elementary, isa sa secondary. And therefore, since magkaiba din po ang competencies natin sa elementary at saka sa secondary, ibig sabihin, magde-demonstrate ka, you will do demonstration teaching sa secondary, and then you will also do demonstration teaching sa elementary. So ang manner po is, sa secondary, pipili ka ng competency doon sa major subject mo, from the bowl of competencies sa major subject mo. Sa elementary, pipili ka doon sa different bowls na prepare ng deputized or division deputized screening committee. Okay po? So, I think yun lang po ang mga importanteng kailangan nating maintindihan regarding hiring guidelines, specifically on demonstration teaching. So, I say thank you everyone and good afternoon.
All right, so thank you very much po, Ma'am Marma, for that discussion po.
Yes.
And that concludes all the guidelines, criteria for the selection for Teacher 1 position po. This time around po, let's welcome our Assistant Schools Division Superintendent, Sir Fernando Macaraig, for some announcement and to answer also questions from the comment section. Sir, narito na po ba kayo? Ayan. So, hi po and shout out po sa ating 743 na viewers ngayon na hanggang ngayong oras na ito ay nandito pa rin at buhay na buhay pa rin. Alright, so ngayon, alright, so para sa ating question, ay babasahin na lang natin, kukuha na lamang tayo since ang si ASDS po ay may pinuntahang equally important meet up po. So ngayon, ayan, galing po kay Sir K, ay kay Ma'am Kim Kalipay Fuentes. Hello sir, if ever gusto po mag-take ng EPT, ina-allow niyo po ba 'yon? Sino ba ang ating pwedeng tawagin to answer this? Pero pwede po mag-take, opo. Pwede po ulit mag-take kasi ang ating namang rulings ay nasa sa inyo po yan. Kung nasaan yung mataas na rating nyo for the EPT, since the validity is 2 years, yun po yung kukunin natin para naman po tumaas rin yung ating pong points pagdating po sa EPT rating. Kaya okay na okay pong mag-take po ulit ng EPT. Basta tandaan lang po na may maisasubmit po dapat tayong EPT after the selection process po. No? Okay, ayan, meron pang isang tanong. Siguro we'll be catering 5 questions dahil ang oras po natin ay 5:50 na po ng hapon. Kailangan po ba ang online application? Saan po ang link? Thank you so much. So, pwede po ba natin tawagin dito si Ma'am Marma? Ma'am Marma, nandyan po ba tayo? Wala naman, kung mapapansin po natin during the discussion po nung una po nating discussion with our ASDS, hindi naman po na-discuss ang online application. Right? Maybe in the future, baka po magkaroon ng online application. Don't you worry dahil ito ay ipopost naman po natin sa ating pong official page po. And of course, our schools will be informed about this. Good afternoon po. Is it okay if I will authorize my sister who is also a teacher to submit my credentials pero mag-attend lang po for demonstration of teaching, interview, and EPT? Currently working as government employee in DSWD NCR. Ang question niya po ma'am ay okay lang po ba na mag-submit ng kanyang documents ang kanyang sister? Okay lang po. Alright, from our EPS for Values Education, kay Ma'am Glo, okay lang daw po. Okay naman talaga. Basta during the moment na kayo po ay, or during the time na scheduled na po kayo for demo, syempre kailangan po ng physical body doon. No? Buhay na katawan. Okay, good afternoon. Let's have last two questions. Good afternoon po, sir. Magpasa po ba ng documents diretso na po ba sa school? Hindi na po ba idadaan ang mga documents sa division office? Hindi na. Doon na lang po sa selection committee, diretso na po sa school. Okay po. School selection committee po. Last question natin for this afternoon. With regards po sa additional points sa education po, valid po ba kung certification lang as a proof na enrolled sa masteral and almost 36 units na po? Hindi po pwede. Dapat po ay graduate, MA graduate with SO. Okay po, ano? Ayan, the last na question na, Sir Ronald. Teaching English to, hi sir, can a teaching English to speakers of other language TESOL or teaching English to young learners or TEYL certificate po, which is 140-hour international training, can be eligible for the 10 points under specialized training? Pasok po ba siya? Yes, Sir Rene. We're with Sir Rene. Sir Rene, itong question na po ito, pasok po ba ang ating 140 hours for TESOL and TEYL as specialized training? 140 hours. Kasi yung kanina po, di ba, is 10 days. Opo, 10 days po yung skill. Alright. So, as long as po nag 10 days po ito, i-compute po yan at magde-demonstrate rin po kayo ng skill na po yon. Okay, so I think that's all po. Thank you very much for joining with us.
Sir Jerry.
Yes, sir.
Sir Jerry, i-ano
Yes
ko
po.
lang yung sa EPT. Wala pang
Yes.
paglista sa EPT kasi di pa natin ma-determine ang number of applicants
Schedule.
entire SDO Masbate Province. So hindi pa natin yan ma-determine. Depende na yan sa June 8. June 8 pa natin malalaman ang number of applicants. At saka hindi po pwede mag-exam yung naka-exam lang last year at saka 2 years ago kasi valid pa ang kanilang EPT. Huwag nang magpilit pag pa-register kasi i-delete kayo automatic ng ating DEA.
Alright, thank you very much, Sir Rene, for clarification. Last question daw po.
At saka yung mga hindi nakuha pa ngayon, ang mga hindi pa nakuha ngayon, yung mga nasa RQA ngayon, pag hindi pa na-post, valid pa siya. So, mag-ano na lang, mag-join. Opo.
Thank you, Sir Rene. Ayan, last question na po. RQA result daw po, last year wala pa po bang chance na ma-hire? Or should we join na lang po sa hiring process ngayon? So I think he's referring ngayon, Sir Jason.
Mag-ano na lang, mag-join.
Expired na po yun, mag-join na lang. But nag-expire na po ba yun, sir, yung validity ng RQA from last school year?
Hindi pa. Mag-expire lang siya once the RQA is posted already.
Alright. And kung ako rin po sa iyo, Sir Jason, para sure na sure, hindi po ba, let's try to join naman for this year, for this hiring process this year. Ano po? So yun po, maraming salamat po sa lahat na umantabay sa atin hanggang sa mga oras na ito. We are very happy to serve you, sabi nga, ika nga po namin. Opo, next week we'll also be having an orientation for senior high school applicants naman po natin with the napakagwapong ETS for senior high school, Sir Martin Espayos. Ayan! Alright, so everyone, thank you very much. Sana po ay may nakuha po tayong informasyon and we're being guided with all the things to prepare as we go through with the selection process, because we believe here at SDO Masbate Province that we shield today for a better school of tomorrow. That's why we're all giving you this information dahil po sa ating proseso na equal opportunity principle for everyone. Sa muli, ako po si Jerry Cabog, your host for today, saying goodbye, God bless, and thank you very much. Bye!
katulad na adikain. Isang araw din ay makakamtan. Sa isang pagsisikap lahat magaganap.
Walang ibang hinahangad, wala itong katulad at sa isang takip silim ay araw na sisikat din. Aking liliparin ang himpapawirin, ang bagong pag-asa ay muling tatanawin. Abot kamay lahat ito'y ating makakamtan. Puspos ang pagsisikap, magbuo isang pangarap.
Sa isang banda may munting tinig.
Himig nais lang iparinig, nais lang iparinig.
Pag-aaral wag mong isa walang bahala. Ang karunungan ay siyang mas mahalaga.
Walang ibang hinahangad, wala itong katularan. Sa isang takip silim ay araw na sisikat din. Aking liliparin ang himpapawirin, ang bagong pag-asa ay muling tatanawin. Abot kamay lahat ito'y ating makakamtan. Puspos ang pagsisikap, natutupad ang pangarap.
Wala nang makahahadlang.
Kahit unos may humarang, sipag at lakas ang aking hawak.
Pagwis ng aking paglipad,
Patuloy na iangat,
pangarap ko ay siyang
magtutupad, magtutupad.
Halina't makinig sa akin. Tamang kapalaran ang kahihinatan natin. Kumukal sa iyong isipan, tagumpay ng tatahakin. Sa pangarap na lubos, landas na iyong pagtutunguhan. Pagangat na inaasam, di mapipigil ni numan.
Maaabot lahat ng iyong inaasam. Kasipagan ng sagot, talak ka man sa kayamanan. Buksan ang pahina ng mga aklat ng karunungan. Edukasyon nating kailangan, kamamalan nating iwanan. Peace!
Aking